Hi, my name is Emily Ziegler. I have been routinely attending Centerpoint Church since April of 2025. Um, and Pastor Aaron asked me to share my faith story with you all. So I grew up in the Catholic Church, went through the routine milestones of getting baptized and doing First Communion and confirmation and things like that. Um, and fast forward to kind of my young adult years, I went off to college and I honestly kind of stopped going to church. I, oh God, I feel like my face is really red.
I'll check things out. Your
Okay.
face is not red.
Okay. I, yep. So I went to college and I always kind of felt like my relationship with God was very surface level. I always believed in God. I always prayed. We prayed as a family quite a bit. But it was just something that I felt like I just went through the motions with versus maybe a conscious choice that I made kind of on my own. It was one of those things that everybody did First Communion, everybody got confirmed, everybody went to church on Sunday, and it maybe wasn't as deep as I would have liked it to be. So I went to college and I probably got the furthest from God that I ever was in my entire life. Mentally, physically, and spiritually, I felt like I was doing okay, but looking back on it, I probably wasn't in the best spot. And I also probably wasn't making some of the best decisions. I was a college kid, I was living away from home for the first time. And um, it was just eat, sleep, study, repeat kind of thing. And I always found myself kind of making excuses as to why I couldn't spend time with God. And I went to a couple different churches throughout college and nothing seemed to stick. And I moved back and I kind of was just stuck in this stagnant spot. So I continued on to go to grad school. And that's kind of where my faith journey as an adult really started. I did a couple Bible study groups online. I tried to do reading the Bible in 1 year. And I still was kind of in a spot where I was unsure, but I was finally starting to take a step in the right direction and making choices that were a little bit healthier spiritually. I found myself talking to God a lot more. And I finally moved back here in April of 2025 after being gone for a few years to finish school. And um, my sister in law actually encouraged me to start coming back to Centerpoint. I had attended a couple times being home for holidays and things, but I had reached out to her asking if she was still going every week. And she extended the invite for me to come with. And ever since, I have really kind of decided to dive headfirst. Not only am I attending service every week, but I have decided to kind of take the next step in my relationship with God, not only helping with the kids' ministry, but also um, doing a life group for the first time this fall. Yay. I'm going to be doing the Red Letter Challenge, which I am super excited for. And quite honestly, I just find myself talking to God a lot more on a daily basis. I'll find myself listening to my worship music or my Christian music in the car and just like having open conversations with God about my day, praying over my family, my friends, even like my drive to work, all different things. And honestly, overall as a person, I feel a lot lighter. I feel like I'm less quick to anger, less quick to judge. I have a lot more of an open mind and believing in God's journey and where it's supposed to take me. And I love that now I can be an advocate for God and encourage others to take their steps forward in their journey with God. And I've got one of my best friends to start coming back to church with me every week, which is so amazing. I have got my mom to come back to church, and a couple more of my family members are really starting to take a step in that next direction or in the right direction. And it's just really awesome. And my newfound Centerpoint family has been great. And I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be now. So